Welcome back to the Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur Podcast. It's your host, Cassandra Rosa. I'm a certified coach and healer and intuitive business coach, and the mission behind this podcast is to help you to create a fulfilling life and business. Today, I'm so excited to have Pamela Dale speak about the client game. Pamela, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We just had an amazing conversation on hers that we're going to link, and I'm excited to kind of flip the switch and hear about all the goodness that you do for the world. So thank you for being here.
It's such an honor to meet you, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm excited about the conversation.
Yes, we're going to be talking about the client game today, and I'm excited to introduce you to your GHL gal, Pamela. With a steadfast belief of great things happen when women have money, she champions economic empowerment and financial independence for women across the globe and is the charismatic host of the Level Up Show, which I was just a guest on, where she dives deep into strategies and insights to elevate your business and life journey. She's going to be talking about all the different ways that you can connect with her at the end of the show. I love that, the GHL girl.
Yeah, the GHL gal. So there was a GHL queen, and I'm not a queen. I'm like your neighborhood down home farm girl. We're just buddies, right? So it's like the gal. So it's really branding too, right?
I love
So
it.
yeah, just like where I grew up. Everybody knows everybody, and come on over if you need something and have a coffee. So
Yes, I love that. So this podcast is called Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur. So I ask all my guests, what does fulfillment mean to you?
living life the way that I want to live it, not the way that I should, or perhaps other constraints of what the world thinks that I should do with my life. For me to give myself permission to do it the way that I need to do it, I feel like I've fulfilled on what it is I'm here to do. So it's very important to me to be free and to live my own life the way I want to.
Yes, I love that because there's so many people at different stages of life. And I'm sure both of us have been there when you feel like almost trapped in your own life and a career that doesn't bring you joy or, even your own mindset. You can kind of be a prisoner of your own mind. So that freedom is so important. And with all that you do with your clients, what's the most fulfilling part of that for you?
When I see a woman take control of her own life, I call it 100% personal responsibility. And that's the way that they think, and that everything is actually in our control. And we're no longer a victim or being whiplashed out there by what's going on. Then, if I can even get them to see that that's a possibility, that to me is now we can move. Now we can go somewhere. Because I don't think there's ever a time where, like, I know me, I was on my coaching call this morning, and it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm still thinking that way. Perfect. Right. But I believe that I can run my life the way I want to, and everything is possible. I know I've got some thinking in the way, but if I can help break open that thinking and show them that they can live the life that their heart tells them they can live, then we're getting somewhere.
I love that. This concept of possibility has been coming up on both of our conversations today.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love that because it's just such a fun frequency to be in as well. And I'm sure you need to have this mindset when it comes to the client game. So do you want to talk a little bit about what that is and what that means to you?
Well, I don't know about anybody else on this call, but when I first started my business, I couldn't get a client for my life. And I tried all the things the gurus told me to do, except the one thing that really works when you're first new, and that's actually just go talk to people. Right? Not the lead magnet, not the webinar, not because if I couldn't talk to people and understand what the real problem was and get the right solution, I was in trouble. And the client game for me came down to 100% what I believe about myself, about business, about money, and about the world. And if I believe I have value and I believe that other people would benefit from what it is that I can do, and that there's lots of people out there, and there's lots of people out there with money, and I deserve to make money to do what it is that I'm here to do, then the clients come like magic. But until then, it's a slog. And it will take you out of the game. The constant mind psychological game of going to get a client and not getting one, and then beating ourselves up because of it. I'm not doing something right, so we'll buy the next coaching program and the next coaching program, right? That will kill you. And it was just a matter of me being at the end of the financial psychological rope for this plane with my business, that somebody stepped in and said, go talk to people. And I was like, well, that's novel. I'm too scared. But I was more scared of being the failure of having to go back and get a job. So I tried it and it worked.
I love that. I love how you're talking about going kind of inward and seeing what your beliefs are, because a lot of coaches, a lot of these gurus that you're talking about are all about go, 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 do, spend all this money on Facebook ads, go and like all these people's pictures in the hopes that they'll respond to you and they'll buy whatever you're doing, or post all these flashy marketing kind of techniques to entice people or to sell people into what it is that you want to buy. So I love how you're talking about the beliefs. So if someone's listening and they're like, I've done all the things, I've bought all the programs, and you know what, I'm really interested and intrigued about what you're saying about kind of going inward about the belief systems. Where do you think that someone should begin in uncovering what are those blocks that are kind of stopping the flow of magnetizing the right clients?
Every single one of us has a calendar of weekly, and then we write our little to-do list. And we don't do the things that we said we were going to do. Or we don't even put the money-making activities on the calendar or on our to-do list. We need to examine why. We need to tell ourselves the truth, why. So myself recently, making some changes in my business, one of the reasons I realized I wasn't doing the things that were on my list, I kept getting falling off, but my house was cleaner. Like we can all relate, right? And it was because I thought I was going to hit burnout again, because I've done that a few times, overworked, exhausted, and I didn't want that for my life. And I knew going over here, it was all going to be about work. And thank God I have a coach, someone to help me understand it, because I needed to go from hard work to strategic work. So what is it for you? Do you have an outside person, someone that can help dissect the thought process? Because the thought is what happens as soon as we see a circumstance. I want to hit this goal. What's the thought about the goal? Then I will have a feeling and I will take an action or not take an action based on that. But if I don't know what my thoughts are and then my feelings are, I will be running blind. And that's that 100% personal responsibility piece. It's up to us to understand what that is. What is it it can't be blame that there's not enough money or the economy's bad or my husband doesn't want me to make money. That's not that's not empowering for us as women. That's not true, first of all. It's a simple circumstance. Your husband doesn't like money. That's got nothing to do with me. But we will take it on, and we have to examine why we're not telling ourselves the truth about what's really going on and do that work. And once we do that work, it becomes easier to examine what's going on because I can see my behaviors faster.
Yes.
You and I all have a best friend. Jesus Christ, there they go again. You know what I'm saying? Like over and over and over and over and over, you can see the habit. They can't see it themselves. But you and I both know a habit that we have in business that we're doing over and over and over again. We just have to stop and go, what's really going on?
Yes.
And we don't do that enough.
Yes.
It's so frightening.
Awareness is so key, right? It's the huge agent.
It's the whole client game. And people will say, no, just go build a lead magnet and pay $20,000 for this coaching program. Yeah, but if I still don't believe it's not going to work, am I going to really? Paying for a coaching program is the easiest thing that you can do. But we make it all about the money. We make it, oh my God, I can't invest in that. It's actually the easiest part. It's the work that needs to happen. Everything will work. Everything will work. You can go get clients, go stand on the street corner right now on the corner of whatever, where there's a Pizza Hut, and ask them if they need coaching, or ask them if they need SEO, or ask them if they need a website. If you do it enough, you'll get clients. You can be a bit smarter at it, but what's preventing you from going and standing on the corner? And pick your corner on the internet, in a Facebook group, on the actual street. You can get clients everywhere.
Yes. This is very powerful. I'm loving this. And I'm loving how you're talking about having the goal and then just seeing what the thought is about the goal. As simple as that. So what are your thoughts about the client game? What are your thoughts about the current strategy that you have? Asking yourself those questions. And if you're needing support with that, asking for help, I think is so huge. And then when it comes to like the physical strategy, so say they got the mindset part in check, they feel good about it, and they're like, okay, how can I get more clients? What is the path? What is the strategy behind it? What are your favorite ways to play the client game?
Still today, the fastest way to money is one-on-one conversations.
Mhm.
Fastest way is go right now into a Facebook group, Google them. I was helping a gentleman over in India. He wants to be an affiliate for something. I said, you need to talk to Indian business owners. Yeah, but they don't have money over here. I said, I don't believe you, but that's your thought. So we can't deal with that. You don't really to deal with the thought. I can't help you. But the Indian business owners in America have money. Yes. He says, yes. I'm like, excellent. Let's go Google them. Join 10 of them, go in and talk to everybody in that group. That's it. What else are you doing? You got client work, right? So there are clients everywhere, and I go in and be of service. I still am of service today. Go in, I see they don't understand what to use for email marketing. I've got a system. I think I could help them with email marketing. Let me record a quick video, drop it in. This is one that's possible. You want to know more? Hit me up in the DMs. I send them a friend request and we see what happens. And that built a multiple six-figure business almost overnight because I didn't know it would work. I overdid the activity because I was like all in, and I didn't realize I blew myself out of the water because I didn't have enough help. I didn't know it would work. I was just doing the activity. So there's that beginner's luck or that grace that happens when you're new, that if you just go in with that innocence of serving, you can get clients everywhere.
Amazing.
You have to believe it, and you have to believe that people have money. A lot of us are shopping with our own wallet. We're using our wallet and basing our values, right? I'm someone who helps people build software companies, funnels, websites, etc. I don't need a software company right now, and I don't need a funnel right now. That doesn't, so I'm not going to pay for one, but that doesn't mean there's not 100 people out there waiting for it.
Huge. Rewind back, listen to that again. That is so huge.
Right?
Focus on our inner reality and our current circumstances, but not taking into consideration others. So if you don't
so self-focused,
money in your pocket doesn't mean someone else doesn't.
right? Or my values are I don't pay for that.
Mm.
That's okay. Everyone's got different values.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
So you're a firm believer of like the Facebook group, meeting people in there, seeing the need, DMing, sharing value, and then building authentic conversation from there.
That works. If you're in a beautiful city or town that has a chamber of commerce, go down to that meeting. What do you know? What are you an expert in? Ask the Chamber of Commerce to do a quick presentation. At the end, offer to get on a call. Go to BNI meetings. If you have a little bit more money in your pocket, travel to some huge events where you know business owners are going to be, or you know people who need to lose weight are going to be, like the Dentist Society, whatever convention. Go talk to dentists about losing weight. There's people everywhere with the problems. We just don't have the time or capacity sometimes. Right now, every single one of us has something on the list that keeps getting bopped off the list, like a dishwasher, or my clothes don't fit, or we all have that. It's just not urgent enough yet. But if I was out there educating people enough, when it's time, they'll think of me. So we don't realize that the client game is a long-term game. People come and go and come back, and not yet, but all of a sudden appear out of nowhere if we do the work.
Yes. No, I love this. I love this. I love this. So if someone's to start, they're like, okay, I love this. I want to apply this strategy for me. What are some baby steps that they can take to get into the client game and to attract more clients?
The first thing I would say to a new person is ask 10 people in your circle, if they're business owners or if they're moms, find 10 of them and ask them if you could do a 15-minute educational, informational interview. And go and ask them the few questions that you would have of them. What is it that you're struggling with right now? What other solutions have you looked for? Why haven't you taken any steps to finding or solving this problem? And then come back when you get all of that data, put something together. I'm not saying a program, but whatever it is, right? You now have all of the ammunition that you need to overcome the objections on the sales calls. Put something together and offer. You're going to need a sexy offer. And then what you can do is you can go back to them. Thank you so much for what you told me. Here's what I developed. Do you know anyone who would want this? Don't go back and ask them to sell, to buy. That's not what you're doing, right? Because that's not how you approached it out front. So don't be yucky about it. But would you know anyone who's interested? Because we usually know people like us, right? And you'd mentioned you had struggled with this too. And sell it before you build it.
Yes.
Don't build a program. Don't build a website. That's an objection that we have that's thrown out all the time. My website's not ready. 3 years later, your website's still not going to be ready. Test yourself first. Before you build anything, before you build a website, before you do anything, go and see if you will talk to 10 people. If you will not talk to 10 people, grab a coffee and take a rest. Stop. Because that's where the psychological game's going to come in. I need to, I should, I could, I would, I got to do all this and all this and all this, but yet I'm over here fighting with Netflix. Just give yourself permission to watch Netflix. You're not ready. But a lot of us won't do that. We won't tell ourselves the truth that we're really not ready because we should be. What's wrong with me? And we get all of that judgment in. So test yourself with 10 people first, because if you can talk to 10, once you talk to 10, you can talk to 1,000. It's the first 2 that are going to kill you. It's the first 2 that's going to make your stomach upset. Because you'll get over the voices. And then you'll go, yeah, that wasn't so bad. And then you've got to remember to keep going and talk to people every single day. That's it. Clients will come.
Yes. Awesome.
Do the research. Do the research. Get the information that you need so that when someone does get on a sales call, yeah, it's too expensive. Well, what else have you tried? What's it costing you not to? If you've heard that before, that it's too expensive, but you've already asked your 10 people, what else have you tried? You'll know that they've already spent 10,000 on something that doesn't work. What if you had a solution that did work? It's our duty to go out and talk to these people and tell them we could save their lives.
Yes. That's what it's all about, that impact, that change, that transformation. And I think sometimes when people are trying to find the clients, we can lose sight of that. So that's super important.
What we do is we flip the value onto us. I don't know if I am worthy. Like, oh, we hear it all the time, right? Oh, I've got to charge my value. No, you don't. Jesus, get that out of there. Because that's messy. What's the value of the service that you're offering? That's where your focus needs to be, and get your shit out of it.
Yes. Yes. Love these points. So many golden nuggets here.
Right? Like, don't go out and try to get my self-worth fulfilled through a client. You're going to end up in trouble really fast.
Yes. Huge. Huge. I've been there. I think everybody has his own point.
Right? Both hands are up.
I'm loving this. I can't wait to listen back and take my own notes. This has been so valuable. Thank you. Thank you. If people are listening in, they're really resonating with what you're saying and want to learn how to work with you, what are the best ways that they can connect?
We build software businesses for people. And this part of the clients, the mindset, is all part of it, but it's not always addressed, right, in business. So I work with a piece of software called Go High Level. I'm an affiliate for that, and we can white label that, make it a piece of our own software for our own software suite. We can sell it to our own clients. And with that, you get me. So I help with all that other stuff. When you're building this business, you get to come into groups and get into calls with me, and we talk through, call it Pocket Pamela. I come on and we walk through these pieces, the real pieces of business. Because don't we always know what to do? And can't we Google if we really wanted to figure things out? So yes, you need excellent software for your business. Stop duct taping 10 pieces together. Come and Go High Level with me, and then we walk through the rest of it. So you can find me at my website, PamelaJonesDale.com. That's the best place.
Amazing. We're going to leave links to all of that in the show notes. And you want to quickly touch on the podcast?
Yes, I have the Level Up show. So we learned really early on, I was talking about software all the time. And I had one crucial guest that started to talk a lot. We had the conversation around mindset, everything, because we started a big mastermind together. She's a multi-million-dollar earner and I am not. And it was in my face. And I was like, tell us what happened. Why? And I just called it on the call, like, I'm not where you're at. And it became very clear. She didn't quit. I kept quitting. Ping pong, we call it. New idea, new idea, new idea. She didn't have that. So what helped her stay where she was? Because it takes so much to stay when it's uncomfortable in business.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that conversation changed the podcast to the Level Up show, that we've got to level up. So Cassandra's on the show and we're going to talk about really juicy things. So you have to come and watch there as well on YouTube, and we'll link that down below as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. I love talking about the client game because that's where rubber hits the road. If we don't have clients, we don't have a business, but the work that we do to get clients is all the work we need to do in our business. It's not how to develop a lead magnet. It's not the tech. It's not any of that. Mm-hmm. It's all around the mindset around clients, money, time, beliefs, all of it. And once we deal with those things on a daily basis, nowhere to go but up.
Such a powerful way to end the show. Thank you again, Pamela. It's been a blast.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I'll upload a new video on Thursday. See you in the next one. Bye.